Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. I'm your brother Yahweh Call from Great Millstone, Orlando. And, just pretty much, it's going to be a quick correction on my behalf. And the video that I did last night, one or two videos ago, going into basically the clip, the video where I played the clip of the eagle, based off of Isaiah 40 and 31, renewing our strength as the eagle, because again, when you read Isaiah 40:31, it goes into being able to, run without being weary, getting tired and things of that nature, which ultimately would take place when we get the new bodies. All right. When we're changed into the new bodies. All right. But even before that, it starts now, being in this captivity where, everything looks forward to death. We are all in some way, shape, form, or fashion dying, you see. So, it's the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. The Lord renews our strength every day to keep us going. But it's something that I mentioned, again, it's a correction on my behalf, because a perfect example, and it was a slip of the tongue, a perfect example. That's why I try to do this video early, because later on in the night, man, because, around this time you're supposed to be asleep, supposed to be sleeping in, whatever the case may be, But of course, again, we're in hell. So some of us have to work these overnight shifts. And, those that work overnights, man, it's tough. It's tough on your body. You never really fully recover. It's tough, So with that being said, you start pretty much shutting down, and, that's the case quite often, certain of these videos, you might hear me sounding pretty off, I might sound weak or sluggish with my words or whatever the case may be, and that's the exact reason why, and that's the exact reason why we need new bodies, but nevertheless, with all that being said, your brain's not really functioning the way that it should be 100%. It's not it's not all the way there. So oftentimes, so with that being said, like I said, through the spirit, I was able to catch something, again, a correction on my behalf in that video, going into our strength being renewed like eagles, because again, ultimately that's going to take place when we get the new bodies. And the slip of the tongue, or the mistake on my behalf, I mentioned how we were as of right now, we're in celestial bodies, which we're actually in these terrestrial bodies. All right. Which the terrestrial, pretty much going into the terrain, the earth, the ground, just where these bodies come from, but soon we're going to be changed into celestial bodies, which are bodies. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab this real quick. I think that's 1 Peter 1 and 4. 1 Peter 1 and 4. It says, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you. So you see, all right, a part of many things that we have reserved for us, one of those things being new bodies that are reserved for us, those celestial bodies, all right, bodies that don't get sick, bodies that don't break down, in the kingdom. No Israelite is ever going to catch a cold, no Israelite is ever going to get a scar, cut, bruised, or anything. We're going to be in perfect celestial bodies. All right, bodies from the heavens, So that's what we got in reserve for us. I'm going to grab another quick one. In Philippians chapter 3. Philippians chapter 3, starting at 20. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. So you see, again, more proof. We're going to be changed. We have bodies reserved for us, spiritual bodies. All right. Reserved for us, again, bodies that'll never break down. We're going to be just like Yahweh Shai, because as of right now, Yahweh Shai, he's in that glorious body. He's in that perfect body. All right. We're going to be changed just like him. We're going to be just like him. Bodies that don't sin. We're not going to sin anymore. For these guys that talk about the new covenant, we're already in the new covenant. Well, if that was the case, then why are we still going off? Why is there still death? Why are we still dying amongst our people? Amongst Israelites? Because if we were fully in the new covenant, again, no Israelite is ever going to perish. No Israelite is ever going to die. Here it is. Our people are still suffering from diabetes, gout, all type of sicknesses, ailments. Our people are still getting shot down like dogs. So how can we possibly be in the new covenant, fully in the new covenant? All right. We're fully going to be in the new covenant again when we're changed in the twinkling of an eye. All right. Which leads me back to 1 Corinthians 15. I'm going to start at verse 40. 1 Corinthians 15 and 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, which again, we're currently in the terrestrial bodies, these bodies that are from the earth, from the ground, the terrain. All right, that's why the scriptures talk about being trapped in these chains of darkness. All right, our spirit is trapped in these chains of darkness because we are seeking to get back, to be changed back to our first estate. When we were with Yahweh Shai, Lord, when we were that number, all right, when we were with Yahweh Shai in those angelic bodies that never die, bodies that never get sick. All right, perfect bodies. All right, but right now we're in these celestial bodies. Salakia. See, I said it again. Salakia. Right now we're in these terrestrial bodies. All right, but we're seeking to be, get those celestial bodies reserved, bodies that don't get sick, bodies that don't break down, bodies that don't die. We're not going to sin no more. And that's what we're looking forward to. All right, those celestial bodies. It says there is one glory of the sun and another glory of the moon and another glory of the stars, for one star differeth from another star in glory. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption. It is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body. So again, being in these terrestrial bodies, these natural bodies, bodies from the earth, the ground. All right. You want those spiritual bodies, man. It says in this, so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward, that natural is spiritual. The first man is of the earth, earthly. The second man is the Lord from heaven. All right, I'm going to jump down to verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. And that's why we are going to have to be changed. All right. For one, we're about to be in the presence of the King. We can't be in the presence of Yahweh Shai in these earthly bodies. All right. That's why we are going to have to be changed. Psalm 16 and 11, one of my favorites, matter of fact, I'm gonna go to that real quick. One of my favorites, because there's a certain feeling that can't be described, but what I can describe is why we're feeling that feeling was because we're the presence of Yahweh Shema Shah. We feel his presence. All right. Yahweh Shah is coming. We feel that presence. We feel his presence. Psalm 16 and 11. Thou will show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand, there are pleasures forevermore. So the point being is that in thy presence is fullness of joy. So you see, again, we're about to be in the presence of the King, and we feel his presence. All right. That's why there's a certain undescribable feeling that we feel. You know, you brothers, you know, you feel it. You know what I'm talking about. All right. But the point being, we can't be in the presence of Yahweh Shai in these, you know, corruptible bodies. All right. That's why we're going to have to be changed in those incorruptible bodies. Back in 1 Corinthians 15, and it's like I'm kind of breezing through this because, you know, that's why I tend to do these videos when I'm working later on, when I'm pretty much, you know, not busy and got things going on. But I was really on my spirit now to, you know, speak on this. So I'm kind of breezing through this, so bear with me. Going back to 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. Because the scriptures tell us there will be some of you that won't taste of death. You know, some of us this is the last time that some of us are going to be born. We're going to come back on this earth being born through the loins of a woman, or excuse me, being born through the womb of a woman. All right. You know, because this is the generation we believe that Yahushua is coming, you know, to redeem his elect. All right. And in that process, we're going to be changed. All right. So this is the last time some of us are going to die. You know, some of the elect, they're already in the spiritual realm. They're already so-called passed on. And to those that are passed on already, hey, they're simply just going to be with Yahushua when he comes back. And we're simply going to meet them in the clouds, and we're going to meet them in the air, you know, when Yahushua comes. You know, they're going to have basically the elect that are already passed on. They're already in those new bodies, you know, they're already in those celestial bodies. All right. And they're pretty much going to have that shotgun, right? When Yahushua comes, they're going to be with Yahushua when he comes. All right. And likewise, when that process takes place, we're going to be changed, right? Reading on verse 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So you see, in that moment, in that twinkling of an eye, where we're getting beamed up in the chariots, as World War III is taking place, all right, at the height of World War III, when the missiles get shot, all right, in that process, as the elect are getting beamed up, they're going to be changed into those celestial bodies, from these terrestrial bodies, these bodies that we're in right now, to those celestial bodies. All right. To even be able to, you know, be in those chariots, where we're going to need those bodies, those celestial bodies, those angelic like bodies. All right. It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So this has to take place. Again, we can't be in the presence of Yahushua in these terrestrial bodies. We have to be changed. All right. And we're going to be changed. These vile bodies are going to be made like unto Yahushua's, you know, perfect body. All right. That's why we say we're going to be many most highs, Yahweh juniors, you know. What was I at? Verse 54. So when this corruptible shall put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Yeah, there won't be no more death for any Israelite. All right. Even the 2/3 that are born, they come back. All right. You know, because the 2/3, they're going to be born into the new covenant. So, you know, through the loins of the elect, the 2/3 are going to come back, and they're going to be born into the covenant. They're going to be perfect. They're going to get those celestial bodies. And no Israelite, like I said, with those new bodies, no Israelite will ever get sick. All right. You know, no Israelite will ever catch a you know, itchy throat, anything. You know, no illness, no nothing, just perfect bodies that are just going to be young, you know, and just live forever, you know, because that's the last enemy to be defeated is death, you know. And of course, it starts with a mindset, because certain of us, and we face death now, you know, certain circumstances we may, you know it. Other circumstances we don't know, you know. But, you know, we already have a mindset now where we're not afraid of death. We understand what death is, what so-called dying is, you know, but that's going to be overcome fully. All right. When we get those celestial bodies that don't die. All right. Right now we're in these bodies that, you know, they can only live but for so long, you know, and, you know, once we so-called die, the spirit goes back to the spiritual realm. The body goes back to the earth where it came from, you know. But yeah, this process will take place as we're being changed in the twinkling of an eye, getting beamed up in those chariots. We get those new bodies are reserved for us, perfect bodies. All right. You know, your brothers are going to get their stature back. You know, you sisters, your women are going to get their stature back. All right. And we're just going to be perfect men and women, you know, perfect kings and princesses forever, you know. So just to make that quick correction, all right, dealing with the celestial and the terrestrial. All right. Like I said, I noticed I made that mistake, you know. I mentioned we're in the celestial bodies, but we're in the terrestrial bodies. All right. But soon we're going to be in those celestial bodies, those angelic bodies that never die, get sick, break down, nothing. Just going to be perfect, healthy, just perfect forever, you know. So the wadi Yahweh Shema Shai, Lord willing, this was edifying. Call along me, Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully elect.